Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fashion Coffee, or I'm Stanley Smith. I'm here as always with Marcy Carmack. I'm a visual merchandiser here in Chicago, and Marcy is an expert fashion stylist. We like to take a look at a different designer each week, and this last couple of weeks we've been looking at Paris Haute Couture fashion for fall and winter 2021. This week we're looking at the designer, the house Valentino, and the designer for this house is Polo, right, Marcy?
Yes.
And the show we're looking at today is in Venice. Simone Bertua of La Officielle, my new favorite publication, wrote about this show that Pier Poletto presents a boundless collection in this collection from Valentino. It starts from a standpoint of history and moves into a conversation about the lexicon of art. So we can keep that in mind today and see if we see traditional uh, fashion forms and how it translates and is translated to the idea of pure art. So that's an interesting idea he has. Marcy, any thoughts about uh, the House of Valentino as we begin this video?
It was my favorite show this season. And when we talk about art, it's not just paintings, it's color. Pierpaolo is a colorist. He uses it to its nth degree. The combinations are really breathtaking.
This is taking place in Venice at a shipyard, I believe.
What a better place can do a show than Venice?
Venice?
What better place can you visit other than Venice? I haven't been in many years.
It looks like they constructed this runway inside these boat slips, this arsenal. I think you can see the skyline of Venice in the background in a couple of these shots, right here.
It's in Venice.
Yes.
Yeah. So we see, I think we're looking, well, not quite yet. This is a chartreuse and purple outfit, which just pops. I think I have to talk louder because I couldn't hear myself speak earlier.
Marcy, sometimes it's hard to hear ourselves over fashion. You speak up. You want to be heard over the din of terrific fashion. I see the luster and the sparkle and the shimmer in some of these groupings. That I think is lame. What do we think is going on there?
Yeah.
Shimmery fabric.
Looks like lame. And here it is purple with the light yellows. And of course, I like the jellyfish hats.
And this is couture, so we're seeing luxury fabrics and craftsmanship, textures, feathers, all the hallmarks of haute couture.
Yes, haute couture. I didn't put that until this.
Oat, so we're calling it haute couture, like your famous oat milk that we keep running out of at our local Starbucks.
Yes, that's. Green and turquoise.
Yeah, I'd like the shades of the same color. And of course, the gloves. We saw gloves a couple weeks ago at the Marc Jacobs show when we were in New York City at the library, and we're liking the gloves.
Yeah, love the gloves. Here's some of the modern art Stanley was referring to.
I love the influence of art, and there's that silver lining. I love that silver lining that we see a couple different times. In fashion, there always should be
a silver lining.
But
if you look for it.
It is. We don't need to look very far, Marcy, but it is very pretty. It's very pretty. It's a little ostentatious, but it is undeniably beautiful. It's pretty. It's a very artful piece. Art for the sake of art.
Look, even the boots have art. That Jellyfish again.
Yeah, jellyfish seems to move regardless of how much wind there is or isn't. It's very interesting. And we got some menswear. So it says they do make ones wear, but this isn't necessarily menswear.
No. Gender irreverent. My word of the season.
Well, I do think that's a good term. I do like that term for many, many reasons. We could delve into that. Separate conversation sometime. There's some bling.
Yeah, that isn't just sequins. I'm not quite sure what that was, but
It almost looked like a fur.
yeah.
Texture of it. Almost like Christmas garland texture. And the gloves again. I like the idea of the gloves because it offers a layer or a sense of protection while at the same time
Warmth.
very vulnerable. And it's a nice detail. It's nice finishing. So instead of wearing outerwear or a coat, it provides the same kind of feeling, the idea of protection and a layer.
Warmth. Yeah, I think of it. I love this sort of smoky mauve. How do you say it? With yellow.
I think we're calling it mauve because mauve is so far out of style that it's back again. I think Siri Mon invented color mauve. Is it Siri Mon? Somerset Maugham's wife was an interior designer. I think she invented it. We'll have to ask Jane, one of our fashion panelists this evening, on the history of mauve. Mauve has it's a modern color. It was an innovation in the 20th century.
A lot of things are falling off the shoulders. Very, catch as catch can.
So unusual mixing of colors, but these also are incredible colors in their own right. Each color is an amazing color.
And the mix is what makes it so powerful.
So as always at Fashion Coffee, we're looking for inspiration and ideas, whether you're into fashion or architecture or interior design, or just daily living. So things you can incorporate into your life. So this is something, Marcy, where someone's running out the door this fall in a brown suit, they could throw on a hot pink scarf and bring a little beauty into the world. I'd be inspired by Valentino. There's our pink and red, variation of pink and red mix, which we've talked about before, that on paper sounds kind of terrible, but in real life it does work.
Valentine's Day.
Very artful piece. There's the shipyard, the boat slips. They've constructed the catwalk.
It wouldn't be a Valentino show unless they had red.
Is that one of his signature colors?
Yes.
And is that this particular designer, or is this in the history of the house? Red figures prominently?
History of the house, yes.
Oh, okay, well maybe that's part of Simone's comment about the history. You're right, because there is a lot of red, Marcy. A lot of red and a lot of purple. You mentioned these are royal colors.
Together, yes.
There's the orange polos.
Leggings?
Yeah, leggings.
It looks like she's not wearing shoes, but they're lucite.
I mentioned that as visual merchandiser, I worked in department stores, and hosiery did figure very prominently in a lot of stores, but you really don't see the huge hosiery departments like you used to see. So where were people going to find leggings and things like this?
You can get them at Marshall's and Target. What other place did I say?
Well, it used to be the Wolford. Is Wolford still?
Oh, Wolford, of course, but that's very expensive. The stores used to offer that, it's not a big money maker, I don't think. So that's why they let it go.
I think that just went out of fashion. I think ladies wearing hose just went out of fashion, didn't it?
Well, hose went out, but tights have not gone out. This show went for a full half an hour. We're only getting the highlights. I shouldn't say only, we're getting some highlights here. Cosimo played the piano, or they played, whoever played the piano, I guess she's the singer. But we aren't able to listen. I love the contemporary art pieces, but my favorite is really the color scene.
And then we're going to see quite a few gowns near the end.
Yeah, those are always a big seller.
And this brand has been very popular for quite some time, hasn't it? Valentino.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's been around for a long time. It sort of goes ebbs and flows like anything else. But they're very hot right now because Pier Paolo is quite talented.
Marcy, don't say ebb and flow while we're in the boat slip in Venice, because it could be dangerous. Too much ebb or too much flow could disrupt the entire show.
Look at those colors.
Yeah,
Now, Stanley thinks it looks preppy. I think it looks
said it's
beautiful.
almost preppy to me. But I have a very big preppy umbrella.
What does that mean, Stanley?
It means I think I see preppy in lots of different things. Well, I think a preppy is conventional, and I do look for how things can be conventional. So I think a lot of people, not a lot of people, but some people, if it all looks different, they immediately dismiss that as something that's not accessible or unconventional. But I see conventional in a wide variety of things. Very pretty, the brown and the pink mix. I think that's especially pretty. And it's actually a classic. That's a classic. And it's Baskin Robbins branding. Yeah, it's pretty popular.
We used it back in 1990 with a designer I was working for back then. Yeah. Well, I didn't think it was new to me 30 years ago. I didn't recall Baskin Robbins.
Well, I mean, a lot of corporate brands are, classic design, great color combinations. I mean, MasterCard they have the orange and yellow. I mean, it's kind of the same idea, the analogous colors put together. I think Bendel's had they had the brown and white stripe. They sometimes threw pink in there.
I wonder what fabric that is. Looks iridescent.
Yeah, there's a lot of shimmer, a lot of sparkle in the show.
A lot of color.
And this show, you think, has been well received, Marcy?
Yes.
And we think our panel this evening will enjoy watching the show because it's fun to watch, easy to watch, and it's pretty understandable. It's a very fun piece. That is almost pure art.
It is.
Then
you have to have thin legs to wear that. Pull that off.
And part of the haute couture is the craftsmanship and the materials and details and the embellishments, all the different layers of those aptitudes. And that's like something out of an art museum.
A lot of them are. A lot of the prints are, I think.
But that one especially looks like it could be, we just came from the Art Institute. It looks like something you could be in the modern wing. The yellow and yellow is intense. It's almost like a shimmery beading it looked like.
Some of the gloves come up really high.
Yeah, it's like a sleeve. It's very intense red, and we're getting into some of these gowns.
They always end up with the gowns. Did we ever decide who those people in white are?
Well, it's obviously the audience who are decidedly understated to let fashion take. Look at that lineup of color, Marcy. That's amazing.
It is.
I mean, they are remarkable colors, very intense. And again, I do like this because I think from some of our panel, the graphic designers and interior design people really could take inspiration from this. For a printed piece, interior design, even a garden. Sometimes people are afraid to incorporate too much color into a garden, but you think of creating a palette, it might be more unexpected.
That's a great way to describe the show. Garden party.
A garden party of color. And at the end, we're going to see the designer.
Of course.
This designer had a partnership in recent times. Now he's on his own. Is that?
Well, he was with Maria Grazia, who is at Dior now. He was co-designing Valentino. And Valentino started to take off. And then she went to Dior and he stayed. And he's done really well on his own.
Maria Grazia has done well at Gucci, because I'm familiar with that name. Dior, I'm sorry. She's done well there?
She has.
Oh, I said I'm familiar with the name. That's a beautiful kind of combination.
It is. Beautiful brown.
Yeah, Oprah wore a dress like that about 10 years ago at an award show. It was pretty well remembered. Same color. I don't know if that was a Valentino gown or not. There's the hand, you said, like a Man Ray inspired.
Yes.
Number of hands.
Hands come up time and time again.
Hands down, Marcy. Hands down, this is a winner. That's another very artful piece. Final line up here. Look at that amazing amount of color, intensity of that. Here's our designer.
Pier Paolo. Very well liked by everybody.
That's terrific. Well, I said he looks like he's very happy, and that was a very successful show. And we appreciate and sharing that with us today. So Marcy, any final takeaways on Valentino that we looked at this week? It's part of our look at haute couture Paris fashion for fall winter 2021.
I would just say go into your closet and dig out the color and mix it up in new ways.
Well, that seems like something that's very doable and very believable and accessible to anybody. We do try to be accessible and inspire people and to bring beauty into the world at Fashion Coffee Hour by taking a look at fashion each week. And you're welcome to join us Monday evenings at 6 p.m. Central Time on our Zoom call with our fashion panel. If you'd like to join us, please send us an email at fashioncoffeehour@gmail.com, or you can like us on Facebook or take a look at us on YouTube. Again, it's always a pleasure talking to you and sharing these ideas with everyone. We look forward to seeing you again very soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you.